What's up, everybody? We got ourselves another Double A Quarantine podcast. My name, of course, is Adam. Still stuck in my basement. Adrian, you got a better looking outfit going there, Adrian, as far as your background. And we've got Baysox reliever Steve Klimek, a big part, especially at the end of the 2019 season. Steve, what's up, man? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you guys?
Very good. How have you been handling this unusual summer, or not summertime yet, I guess, but spring season?
It's been interesting for sure. I'm not used to this calendar. I'm used to a strategic. You got a plan. You've got baseball season April through September. You got the off season, and now my time clock is all messed up.
How have you stayed athletically trained during this time?
I'm in Florida right now, so luckily it's been nice the entire time. And I've had facilities open at least post, like when things started to open up, we've been able to train. I can obviously go outside and throw portable mounds, and then now things are starting to open back up, or really have been opened up in Florida now for probably a month at least. So I've been lucky. I've been fortunate to have facilities where I can throw and stay in shape and whatnot.
You know, it's funny you say this, Steve, because I hadn't really thought about this much, but the Orioles do draft a lot of players from the Northeast. When people think about baseball players coming up as prep players, it's a lot of players from Florida, California, Texas, and such. But just even cold weather states. I mean, look, Adrian, the guys that we've talked to so far, we talked to Zach Lowther, who was in Cleveland. We talked to Mike Bauman. Now, he was in Florida too, but he's from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Don from Connecticut. So, Steve, you're from New York, upstate New York area, correct?
Yeah, I'm from Rochester, New York.
Yeah, so obviously it would have been a little bit tough when this came down in March if you had to go back there.
Yeah, and I talked to my parents who were down in Sarasota during spring training and immediately drove back north when this whole thing hit. And they've been pretty tight up there.
Yeah.
I mean, the way I talk to them, quarantine's been very hard for my parents. I have a sister who's got a newborn, who's got a baby 1 year old. It's been hard for everybody up there with the weather and the way things are closed. But it sounds like things are starting to open back up and shape up there. So, yeah, I'm lucky that I wasn't up there during the snow and the cold weather.
So Adam told me that you have a very unique job in this time. Would you like to tell us about this job?
Yeah, so I'm actually a part-time nanny.
Manny.
Manny is the correct term. The term I go by. Yeah, the Manny. So my fiance Michaela used to nanny for them probably about 3 or 4 years ago when we first started dating. She had been nannying them for a couple of years. I got to know the family. We got to be close. And then when Michaela was ready to move on, they said, "Hey, we need a new nanny. Steve, would you be interested? We just need like part-time after school until whenever." So in the normal off season, I would go over from pick the kids up from school from about 3. And then I would be over there till say 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, just depending on the day, depending what's needed. And then now we just started picking back up nannying now that they started to feel comfortable being out of quarantine and starting to open back up. So I've just started back nannying. So I've got a good little schedule going right now.
Well, people always ask.
You win the award on the most unique job.
Yes.
I like to think so. I've done it all. I've always worked, whether it be in college or post. I've always had some sort of job. In college, I was a custodian. Okay. I cleaned floors and worked at the gym. And then after college, when I was in New York, I would substitute teach. And then I came back down here and found a nannying job.
Well, I'll tell you, Steve, we want to see you have a job of being a Major League Baseball player soon. And boy, you're knocking on the door. I mean, you were a late round draft choice, and last year had to feel so good because your stuff was great, a mid-90s fastball and a great curveball. And you had a really good start to the year in Frederick, but to get to Double-A, to be a part of a team that had so much success, especially, frankly, once you got there. I mean, you were a big part of that. I know that felt good. It was the first time in the minors that you were a part of a team that was as good as the Baysox were.
Yeah, I mean, that was my first time being in the playoffs, and it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. We had a good team. Everyone got along, and winning is fun. The champagne celebrations after, they're worthwhile. So yeah, it was enjoyable. It was just fun to be a part of a good team and, do what I can to help win games. And you don't want to be the guy to let the team down, and do it for the guys behind you. And it was a lot of fun. It really was.
Now, obviously, a minor league season is up in the air at best. But
yeah,
for you, what is the process now? What are you thinking about as far as what you're going to do with your body to be ready for whatever comes next?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to be ready for whatever does come. I don't want to be caught off guard, so I'm going to do everything in my power just to be ready for whatever they call me for. I mean, if it's whatever, it's out of my control. It's all up in their hands. I'm just going to do my best to be ready to go if I get a call, when I get a call, and just be sure that I'm at my best and I'm good to go. Whatever they need me to do, I'm ready to go. So that's all I can really do and take care of on my part. So the rest is up to them and this pandemic, I suppose.
Yeah, growing up in New York, what other sports did you play, or other sports that you might have tried growing up?
Basketball. I was a big basketball player. Basketball and baseball were my go-tos. I actually had a couple. I probably could have played Division III, Division II basketball, but I just opted to go play baseball. And I'd actually thought about walking on to Bonaventure, and it had piqued a little interest, but it never came to fruition, and I ended up not doing it. So basketball is the other big thing, and I'm a pretty big hockey fan, but I never played.
Who's your team?
This is a tough one. When my siblings watch this, they'll call me a sellout because being in Tampa, I do root for the Lightning, but I'm a Sabres guy at heart. So this is going to stir some drama with the family. This will stir some drama.
Well, Adam, I do like to stir the pot a little bit.
Yeah.
So we've been doing this game called Would You Rather. And so Adam's going to set a quick clock.
Here we
and
go.
You're just going to pick which one you prefer. If you could only have one, a fork or a spoon?
Fork.
Would you rather have rich parents or celebrity parents?
Rich.
Would you rather get your caffeine from soda or from coffee?
Oh, coffee.
Live somewhere hot or cold?
Man, I've done both. Cold.
Cold. Would you rather be a bowling champion or a curling champion?
Curling.
Ooh.
Like that.
Would you rather live without the internet or without air conditioning and heat?
Without the internet.
Would you rather be able to control fire or control water?
Control fire.
And the final question's a little off deck here. Would you rather, when you're sneezing, be attacked by 30 butterflies, or every time you cough, have an angry squirrel yell at you?
Angry squirrel, that'd be kind of interesting.
Now that was a random one. I got to tell a curling story, though. My wife is from Minnesota, from the town next to where Mike Bauman is from. And we were watching curling for the Olympics, and all my friends here in Maryland were all excited about curling, learning the rules. And she was like, "You don't know how to curl?" Because obviously growing up in Minnesota, you literally do curling in gym class. Have you ever curled, Steve?
No, but actually my brother works for the Orioles as well. He's in the advanced scouting department in Baltimore. He belongs to a curling club.
There is one here in Baltimore. Or in Lowell, I think.
It's down in Potomac. He belongs down in Potomac. So he's a big curler. He's the guy you want to talk to about curling.
I love it. Well, Steve, thank you so much for the time today. We really appreciate it. It's good to see you, man. And the story about the Manny was pretty amazing.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
It's an interesting career.
We hope to see you on the mound soon.
Hey, thank you. Good to see you guys. Good to talk to you.